The official Fallout TV show trailer is out, and if you've seen any of my previous videos, you'd know that I'm an enormous fan of this franchise. And because of this, today I'm sitting down to discuss my first impressions. I will point out a few interesting details I spotted, make some predictions about the plot, and raise a few concerns I have. My first impression while watching this trailer is the most obvious thing I'm sure every Fallout fan has already spotted. And that is, they sure took the aesthetics of Fallout 4 to heart. The power armors, the buildings, the vehicles, the robots and mutants are all exactly the same as in the video game.
Don't feed the Alguai!
Except for this. This could either be a Gopher from Fallout 4, a Wanamingo from Fallout 2, or it could be the show's own interpretation of the Marlurk. The second thing I noticed here is, well, the factions. Looking at this trailer, it feels more like the East Coast games rather than the West Coast. By that I mean, the main ruling faction based on the trailer seems to be the Brotherhood of Steel, which based on the lore in the game so far doesn't make much sense. The main ruling faction here should clearly be the NCR, and what remains of the western chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel should be nowhere near as powerful. However, for those not aware, this show does actually take place after the events of Fallout New Vegas. The series is set in 2296, whereas Fallout 4 and New Vegas are set in 2287 and 2281 respectively. Meaning that if they so choose, they could just say the NCR fell apart after the events of New Vegas. Here's hoping they don't completely write them off, as that would be really disappointing. I get that the Brotherhood of Steel are like the poster boys for Fallout, but technically speaking that position is already taken. Ignoring the existence of such an important faction like the NCR would be a big blow, so I hope that at the very least they're mentioned. I do have some hope, as based on some leaks I've seen, there was an NCR flag spotted on set, plus a guy who looked like an Enclave soldier, so here's hoping those aren't just Easter eggs or flashbacks. Although the Enclave coming back in force would be a bit of a stretch. The Brotherhood seem to be fighting people who can actually take one of their knights down here, so fingers crossed for another major faction. PS, this airship really doesn't make much sense lore-wise, as the Prid one is actually supposed to be a unique vehicle, but it looks so cool that I don't really mind that much. As long as they give us some background as to how it got here or how the hell they built a replica, it's gonna be okay. The third thing I wanna talk about is this vault. We will obviously see a riot inside the main protagonist's vault. However, what made an impression on me here is this guy with one eye, this big guy, and this chick who keeps firing a machine gun despite the fact there's a fork sticking out of her eye. At first, I was like, wow, this must be a vault full of one-eyed people and this lady is just really desperate to fit in. But then I noticed this little garden over here, and I saw it matches the wider shot. So yeah, that theory completely collapsed. Unless if I'm half right, then this is a vault full of half mutated and half ordinary people, and that's what sparks the conflict? We'll have to wait and see. And the final thing I want to talk about based around this trailer is the Ghoul played by Walton Goggins. Great cast choice by the way. It looks like we will get to see his backstory and spend some time in pre-war America, hopefully for longer than in Fallout 4, and based on this shot here, he has a daughter. My guess is she passes away, making him a Joe from The Last of Us type character. This could also work as a reason for him and Lucy to team up in the show eventually, which I'm sure it will happen. But yeah, that's about it. My overall thoughts on this are, it looks good, the visuals are nice, the awkward dark humor is present, the cast seems solid, and as a result, I'm actually looking forward to seeing more from this. Although I'm not gonna lie, the lack of NCR presence in this trailer is really concerning to me. How about you? Are you sold on this show based on this trailer, or are you still on the fence about it? Or do you feel like they completely missed the mark based on this footage? Let me know in the comments down below. If you're actually interested in a Fallout cinematic experience, I actually made a few cinematics back in the day, and I will leave a link for you if you want to check them out. Make sure to like and subscribe for more stuff like this, on both Fallout and other TV shows as well as video games. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.